Hello everyone, my name is Igor Felipe and I'm here today to talk about logistics. Many times when we talk about logistics, a lot of people see it as just a small part of the transportation process. And this ends up creating a very limited view because it covers a lot more areas than people think. To help us better understand logistics, I'll start by telling its history. Logistics was initially developed as a war planning strategy a long time ago. It was found that good planning, resource distribution, and storage could determine the outcome of a war. So if we look at a general, besides understanding war tactics very well, they also need to know the logistics process very well. Imagine that. Besides sending soldiers to the battlefield, they also had to send their weapons, food, and had to store them. It wouldn't do any good to have a large army if you didn't have the necessary tools to win. And it was from this war planning that logistics emerged. Well, at that time, companies remained restricted close to their consumers. In other words, production had to be close to its consumption center, and the consumer also had to be close to their production center. The entrepreneur, seeing the logistics of war, realized that the same process could be applied to business and ended up copying the same process from the military. And he saw in logistics the ability to expand and manage products in locations that didn't necessarily have to be close to their consumption center. Well, today we have logistics as a very important process in the field of business administration. And it not only covers the area of transportation and shipping, but also several other areas such as warehousing, inventory, resource management, people management, planning, and several other processes that make it possible to produce a certain product or service within a period of time and then make it available. I'll give a simple example. You're walking down the street, it's really hot, it's over 40 degrees, and you notice that several people start offering water or ice cream on the street. Without realizing it, those people are applying a logistics concept because at some point they store their product so that at the right moment they could take advantage of the hottest time to make it available. Law of supply and demand. That is, those sellers waited for a hotter day, related to the value of time, used their product stock, and made it available at the moment when people wanted to cool off. This also happens when it's raining. There's always someone selling an umbrella. This concept is adopted by several companies, working directly only with logistics or indirectly, being incorporated into the administrative sector of some companies. It's a sector that has been growing more and more. With technology, we've noticed that people have started making more purchases online than in physical stores. And this directly influences logistics because if there is a demand from the consumer, the product must be within their reach in a short period of time. Or if a company from São Paulo decides to build a wind farm in Ceará and the factory is in Minas Gerais. The logistics process is essential in resource management to ensure the progress of the project. So when we talk about logistics, we should think on a macro level, in such a way that it aims to provide access to a certain product or service for the end consumer. Taking into consideration factors such as local time, necessary conditions, all within a logistics plan. I'm Igor Felipe, and this is Detailed Engineering.